and then I'll introduce myself. Oh, come on. Oh, I hope that Zombut doesn't get to me. Uh, okay, okay, they're all dying. Well, everybody, I should have been ready, prepared for the episode. I'm almost a minute in. Gotta do a greet, gotta do a greet, gotta do a greet. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I should have been prepared. Hello, everybody. It's your buddy Fubar here for another episode of Fubar Gaming in the great land of Joshtopia. Episode number 6 is, I think, what I'm at now. Um, I've never actually looked at the camera, so I thought today I'd look at the camera. Well, I mean, I'm personal, but you gotta include digital Josh over here because I'm uploaded into the world of Joshtopia. Anyway, anyway. Um, I wanted to start off by saying I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I am. So, my last episode, I said a word that I don't want to say again on my channel. I will never say again on my channel, along with like the C word and other things like that. There's some words that I'm very strong feeling about. Like, I will never say retarded, like that's retarded, because I just feel like it's a bad term to be using. But yeah, I just kind of came to the conclusion that I couldn't figure out how to put a bleep, couldn't figure out how to put a darn bleep on a video if it's already on a live broadcast and uploaded to YouTube. I've still been delving into it. I thought I could cut out that portion, but I didn't want to ruin yeah, you get what I'm saying. I will go back, I'll edit it, but that also leads me on to a little bit more about what I want to do with my channel. My channel idea, I think I've kind of figured it out. I think I might do live broadcasts of my actual recording of my episode. So you can come in and watch me as I'm building my episode. It'd happen Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and then the editing would happen on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and then I'd post it on Friday night, the actual episode. So I take all my on-air content, and like the frame that you see here, right here, and it goes up and around, and then it goes back down to the bottom. Like I just cut that out and zoom in on the video itself, but I just need to get my paychecks in line and kind of get my budget together, and then once I can get that going, I will up my content, my content quality a little bit. So like the actual recording process itself for the episode will happen live. So if you wanted to come join in and talk to me while I'm making my episode, you're more than welcome. Kind of say, hey, yeah, you should put that there, put that there. If I have some stupid question, I'm still making this a community game because the one problem with my Minecraft being on PS4, I'm lonely. I'm real lonely. You don't know how lonely it gets in a solo world and then not having like any friends on your friends list. Sad little foobar. Anyway, I would just wanted to show you off the base build a little bit now. Tell you what's going on here. So what we've got, I've already kind of showed you that I'm building my base in this mountainous biome. It's so beautiful up here. I think it's awesome having this little dwarven base, right? Well, I built my iron farm finally. I told you I would do that off air and AFK at it, which I have. It needs to be fixed up and revamped pretty bad because the iron golems keep spawning on the left side and the right side, and then on the side next to the rails over there. So the side in front of, or on the other side of us. There we go. Well, anyway, I'm gonna work on that. Get that fixed up. Oh, before I go on, I did want to say about my channel, saying I'm sorry for the language I used. I will tell you that I'm not a family-friendly channel. Um, I am. I would say my audience should be 13 up, and that's still on an end that I don't want. I don't want really young viewers in this channel. So yeah, even YouTube has its analytics, but actually me speaking at YouTube do recognize that I'm trying to hit an audience of more 13 and up. Because, I will say, like, oh, you little bee sometimes, or I might say, oh, darn it, like, but, what word I'm saying. I'm just giving you an idea. Like, it's just my personality. It's who I am. And if I'm going to be doing live recordings of myself, that's going to be really hard to tone back. But I can absolutely keep the the F's and the C's and the S's out of there. Because I can say butt ton instead of the other way of saying it. That's not hard. But going on. So I built my iron farm, and I built it right there primarily because you can see the snow boundary, right? And if I were to try to build it anywhere else, those water source blocks would freeze over, and then I'd kind of it would be a completely inefficient iron farm. Well, I built it right there. It was low enough in my little mountain biome here, my extreme mountain. But then I saw, oh heck, that's at like the perfect level. I can keep this little line going from like here. At least I'll turn back on my crosshair. I think that comes with my hand. Help and options, settings, user interface, display hand. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't give you the crosshair. Well, at least it gives you a point of reference. I want to go from, you know what's, you've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen what it looks like. Oop, looking in the wrong place. No, don't disable autosave. What am I doing right now? What am I doing? All right. So I built this here, and then I was like, well, if I'm gonna make a dwarven base, what am I gonna do to hide this? And I was like, well, heck, it's close enough to that mountainside, and my idea is to make the uh, the elevators that'll go down all the way into my big dugout underground area where my base build's gonna be. So I thought, you know what? I'll just start a pathway. It'll go from here, comes up and over it, and then it'll loop. It'll have a gentle curve to it, but it'll curve back up to here. I'll probably have a second column in there somewhere, and then it'll lead. That pathway will lead up to. It'll narrow out a little bit because it's going to be big enough to hide this. This is just going to be. I'm going to make it look like a building or a house of some sort, like a machine that the dwarves would have used because they're harvesting the power of the earth, uh, and this. So I'm gonna have like a little nice stairway that leads down into it, and dwarves have all the time in the world because they have all this money and they're just great architects and engineers. So I'm gonna put a lot of thought into the space. It's gonna take me a long time. So there's gonna be some grindy bits where I put blocks in and then delete blocks, but we'll work on it. It's gonna be a good build. But anyway, that pathway is gonna lead up here, narrow off a little bit, and right at the top of the crest there, that's where we're gonna have like a little gazebo kind of style looking thing. If you've played Skyrim, you know what I'm talking about. The lift idea. It's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna die. Well, there goes all 19 of my levels. Not that upsetting. Let's not. I can't believe I did that. Oh, foobar. Anyway, so it'll go off up there, and that's where the lift's going to be, and then down here. So I'm thinking it's going to come off right about here, and that's where it's going to start going up. And then there's going to be this little pathway, this little cut-out pathway right on the other side of the well of life here. And the well of life came by accident because I just needed water source blocks for my iron farm there, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just create my infinite water source right here. And then I just looked at it. I was like, that's almost center, and like with how I want to do the plaza here, this is going to be perfect because this is going to kind of slowly and gently spiral down into this column. There's going to be some doors here, maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do about this pit. I'm going to try to figure out how to move it over a little bit. But anyway, then you're going to move on down. You can kind of see a start at the stair idea a little bit, and then you're going to spiral in. I'm going to have my little machine where it sorts out the poppies and the iron ingots. So it'll be put them into shulker boxes, and I can come and pick them up whenever I need. Oh yeah, this idea here is going to be a lot of fun to play around with. I wish I could shut villagers up. I've been having a lot of issues with. But whatever, I can get over that. I can get over that. But I threw some villages in here. I only put two. The minecart track does not go all the way to the other village. Um, oh, I never picked up that map. I'm still missing a lot of equipment, apparently. But anyway, yeah, I put them in boats and moved them about 300 blocks. Yeah, 2 or 300 blocks. And that was a pain in the butt in itself. And then building that whole track and then putting them in there and then getting them to start breeding and then AFKing. Ugh, it has been a process. But you know what? I completely enjoy these grindy builds like this. I guess it's like half the reason I like playing Minecraft is those grindy builds. What happened to my map? How am I missing it? I went kaplooey right here. No, 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 right here. I stepped off the left side. Huh. Do maps destroy on falls? It hasn't been 5 minutes, has it? Huh. Oh, whatever. Yeah, but I moved those villagers in boats about two to 300 blocks, and then put them on mine carts and got them the rest of the way up here. I got them pretty much to the foot of the mountain, and then I was like, hey, there's no way I'm gonna try to do this in boats, because to get them in boats, I would put one boat here. You know, they're in the boat, and then I put a boat here, and then I'd break this boat. Right, I break this boat, and then hope that they would get into that one. If not, they wind up about here or right about here. You see, if you can see those lines, they wind up right in between these lines. And you just kind of nudge them towards this boat, and then they get in it. And then you get in it and you move it. But if you're trying to do it in just like a one block space, you can't place split a boat down. You need at least a two wide block. But anyway, yeah. So my base build is just going to be this gargantuan idea, and then right over here, so the trail's going to come up a little bit, and I want like a little bit of a temple here, and I'm going to need a rail cart for my villager trading system because if you've seen my previous episodes, you already know I'm not going to do it in the overworld. I'm going to go ahead and do it in the Nether. My villager trader, and most people might say, "Oh, that's really dangerous. Don't put him in the Nether." Well, that's the only way I can beat the villager cap, and I want something like a good 40 villager trader system. But the other problem is I can't have villagers in limbo here in the overworld. Yeah, I have like a 40 or 50 villager cap. So if I'm moving them out of this world, so this actually right here is going to double up as my villager breeder. So it's got two uses. Not only is it producing my iron, uh, I'll dump them all out down to two more villagers, throw some potatoes at them, and just go walk around. Especially when I'm trying to do my base build, that the all the time I'm just going to constantly set like an hour reminder. Hey, go pick up some villagers, move them off. Go pick up some villagers, move them off. But that's actually when I start getting into the base build because I got to go down and mine out lots of blocks, and I need lots of blocks right now, especially to start building stuff on the top side. So essentially, what I'm going to be doing is moving all the blocks from down to up. Like I said, I think I'm in a rough estimation from what I watched, what I've seen the hermits already mine out, and Good Times with Scar being at 500,000 blocks. I'm thinking I'm gonna get something close to about 250,000 blocks is what I'm going to mine out from below my base here. And within the next little bit too of AFKing at my little iron farm here, villager trading, because there are some paper villagers in there, and I might just make a paper farm already. But the thing is, like being a dwarven build, I don't want to start my farms without like a block. I don't even have a block template yet. I need a block template. So I need to lay out a block template for me. I need I need a whole bunch of other things. But tonight, I think I'm going to keep it to 30 minutes, only because I missed my last night's broadcast. We had some people over yet again, because we are a big bunch of fun around here. Well, I picked up all the important things. I don't. Oh, there's that map. Derp, it's in my inventory. But yeah, yeah. So like I said, for this episode, I'm gonna go about 15 minutes. But there's one other thing I wanted to tell you. I started off this episode with I'm sorry, but I do want to dedicate something to my viewers out there to let you know that I really am sorry. So on this far side of the mountain here, we're gonna go ahead and make a huge, huge build that I don't know. I don't know what to dedicate it to yet. I had an idea last night, and I thought I'm only gonna drink water, and was gonna put a big bucket on the side of the mountain here, and have it kind of like pouring out water, and I won't use potions for the rest of the season, just as a promise. But I don't know. That was one idea. Somebody else tell me if somebody else has a good idea, leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Oh, and I will leave a link for my iron farm. I should have said that earlier too, but I will leave a link for the iron farm over here in the description below. Uh, I don't really understand the villager mechanics, but I'm gonna just try my hardest uh, to get the iron golems to spawn inside the farm, because I know that there has to be like a 5 block limit outside. So that's why I'm just trying to half slab. But I also thought that iron golems can't, or just no mobs can spawn on top of transparent objects like glass or glowstone. But I've been having mob spawns on top of the glass, so I don't get what's well, not mob spawns, golem spawns, but I don't know if golem spawning is different than villagers or than anything else. Anyway, if I can figure this out, it'd be even better. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. This is all a work in progress. But anyway, for the rest of the episode, I think I'm just gonna put in my Nether hub and figure out exactly where I need to be going. Oh, hey, yeah, check this out. I got some pretty good stuff from going to the end. I still need to go back and collect my. Oh, I don't have enough obsidian. Uh-oh. Hmm. Oh, yeah, and I tore up my elytra, so there's a lot of things that I need to get going. But um, yeah, uh, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of lore that I want to talk to you about my build. Like the two villages, like the one on the left side of the mountain could be my sea traders, and the one on the right side of my mountain, that village, which I will go back and rebuild, and then I'm also going to put villagers back in that village, because I just feel like it'd be a really cool kind of thing, an idea as far as lore to have, because then we could have the village on the west and the village on the east, and the village on the west is my sea traders, and the village on the east is my plains traders. So they give me all my horses and cow meat and whatever, and then I get all my seafood and sea lanterns, which I am going to take over that ocean monument. That's going to be. Whew, I've never done it before. I think it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of grindy process. So we'll see on that one. But I really do. Actually, not we'll see. I'm going to take it over. Then I'm also going to take over that. What's it called? Woodland Mansion on the east side of the mountains here. So yeah, I've got a lot of big builds that I'm trying to attack this year, and I say this year on this profile, but I think I'm going to be able to get through them. So I've just done a lot of running around and talking to you. Um, this has been a very talkative episode. I knew it would be, especially for the fact that I wanted to apologize to everybody about my crude behavior on that last episode. But yeah, I just felt like this episode needed to be a big "I'm sorry, it won't happen again." And are you gonna spit at me? I spit at you back, fool. But yeah, I wanted to kind of cap on my ideas And I did have kind of like a set goal. I have a lot of paper here. Let's start making some paper trades. Paper trades to make money. Because I think at the moment to make my beacon, because if I can make that beacon, I could start making some headway. Because I want to make my watermelon and pumpkin farm, but I really think the villager trader should be the first thing I need to build. But I need a lot of glass, and I'll need a lot of stone and whatnot, and redstone. So I need as much stone bricks as I can get. So I got 62 and 17. I know it's two stacks of 64 plus 36, so that's 128 plus another 36 is 164, if I did my math right, or 154. But anyway, I need still a lot of blacks to go ahead and. Oh, I didn't even check how much gold I had. I think, yeah, even with the gold in there, I'm gonna have a really haggard looking beacon at first. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Oh, look at that. Yeah, yeah, I could use some of that. And then I do plan on going and fighting the Ender Dragon a couple more times before my next broadcast. So like before the end of tonight, I will absolutely you'll see most of the stuff doubled. As far as like the diamonds and the armor and the shulker boxes. Um, you know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and fight the Ender Dragon again. I'll show you what I do. Ooh, this is really touchy with what I've got on. But I'll at least show you basically what I do. So I will reload here in a second, but I'm not going to do it quite yet. Um, I will exit my game, right? Preparing to save. Go to play game. And this always takes a little bit of time, so this does kind of get a little grindy, but I delete my old saves. And yeah, this process gets really grindy. But the reason that I delete my save or have a backup of my save file is because I play my video games in the mid United States, and if you know anything about Tornado Alley, like Kansas, Texas, the west side of Arkansas, the southwest side of Missouri, get huge, huge storms, and because of that, the thunderstorms will knock out the power to my house a lot. And if I'm playing during a thunderstorm, I know it doesn't sound like the smartest idea. Oh, you're gonna fry your console food bar, but I have one of those $250 who don't surge, and it's got like a lifetime warranty. And if it fails your devices, then it pays you back. One of those that you get at your local retailers. Anyway, I uh, I have lost several save profiles, like where I've put at least 60, 70 hours of gameplay. Did I just really copy the wrong one? I'll at least make one backup copy. But I have lost hours and hours of gameplay where I've like played 60 or 70 hours on one save profile, and then you try to go and load it again. It said, "Oh, file's corrupt because you were AFKing during a thunderstorm and it knocked out the power to your house." And right when the power gets knocked out, your game's auto-saving. It really sucks. It's happened to me a lot. So that's why I make a backup of a backup. Like I'll make one backup and then I'll make another backup. But I'll make the other backup here in a little bit. I'm just kind of explaining what I'm doing. So then, like I said, I go back and I delete my old saves. And then I will load it again and go straight to the end. And yes, you can say, well, if you die, can't you just load your old save? Yeah, it's called cheaty bits, and I don't do the cheaty bits. Those backups are legitimately for that exact purpose because my power strip's also on a light switch in which I was AFKing last night during that house party, and somebody came into the living room and turned off that light switch and corrupted my save profile. And I lost a lot of hours of AFKing at my iron farm. I would have had a lot more iron right now. But no, 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 no. That's not how it works. Oh, there it was. So, yeah, I'll do this, and the other reason I did that is because I also do this. I backed that profile up because I still haven't finished rating that end city because there's like I think six more shulker that I need to get. I know this is really big time cheaty bits, but you can do this on the console because we only get one in city. So if I want to go raid multiple in cities, I can't do that. The only way I can do that is by resetting the end. So you got to go into your profile, more options, and then say world options, reset the end. And then once you load it, it'll ask you, are you sure you want to reset the end in this save game? Because, like, I understand what they're saying. They're like, oh, hey, look, you can go respawn Edna. You might have built some stuff in the end, but are you sure you want to reset it? Well, yeah, heck yeah, I want to reset it. I'm not getting, I'm not getting any of my any more shulker boxes without resetting the end. So yes, I will go refight Edna. I'll actually get the end crystals at a point, but the having to refight Edna, I actually see that as a downfall. I mean, yeah, I do get a lot of experience, so I can go from level 7 that I'm at and be at 77 the next time I do it. So yes, I will do that in between my broadcasts and tonight, and then once I'm done doing that, I'll go AFK at my iron farm and try to get more iron. But I get iron ingots and gold ingots and diamonds every time I reset the end. So yeah, it's a grindy process because it takes something like 15 to 20 minutes to beat and to beat Edna, Miss Edna. I decided it's Miss Edna because if she's gonna have that stanky dragon breath, I wouldn't want to be around her. Miss Edna. Anyway, yeah, so I'll go do that a couple times. But I just wanted to. This episode is primarily because I didn't broadcast last night and because I wanted to say I'm sorry and explain what I'm actually going to try to do with my channel. But I'm at 27 minutes. I think that's enough time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, it's your buddy Fubar. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, recommend me to a friend. Tell me how gorgeous I am in the comments below because I know this big red beard, it gets everybody. It even gets me. I look in a mirror and I'm just like, hey, that guy is good looking. But, all the good bits. And I'll see you next time for another episode of Fubar Gaming.